A king snake. Wow. Alright guys, it is a very dry and hot August day, and I'm back in a rock overhang. Oh, there's a long-tail salamander right there, or a 3-line. You can barely see him. But right here is a Pigeon Mountain salamander. First time we've seen these guys this year. They're a micro-endemic, only living on one side of one mountain range here in North Georgia. Very, very cool. But a very common salamander in this area. It's just very dry right now, so very unlikely we'll see many of them, but we're just checking this rock face real quick, and then we're gonna night cruise. All right, everyone. Well, salamandering wasn't terribly productive, mostly just because it's the heat of the day during one of the driest times of year. But I do think we're going to change gears here and do a little bit of road cruising tonight. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more productive for snakes, so let's get to it. It is actually ridiculous how many lizards are running around on this log. I'm assuming these are all this year's baby 5-line skinks, and they are just taking full advantage of the afternoon sun today. All right, first snake of the night. Copperhead. It's a little bit wet right here. This guy's crossing in the moist stretch. Well, the next snake of the night is a little bit ridiculous. That has got to be up there among the prettiest rattlesnakes I have ever seen. Holy crap. Well, I gotta say, that is a titanic and beautiful pygmy. And really one of the chillest pygmy rattlesnakes I've ever seen. I mean, this thing is not even like bothered by my existence at all, and you can see how big it is. I don't have titanic feet, but that's a well over 1.5 foot of pygmy rattlesnake, and it's easily the biggest pygmy I think I've ever seen in the wild. That's crazy. And look at these little twin spot things he's got going on. It looks like a western pygmy, but we're in Georgia. That is crazy. Really a beautiful snake. Something I'm always looking forward to finding, but even more so when they're just outlandish like this. That is so cool. But Graham does have an early flight tomorrow morning, so we got to make our time with this guy short, get some quick photos, and probably call it a night pretty early, unfortunately. Super early flights will lead to super early nights, but beautiful snake. All right, everybody, it is a pretty warm September afternoon. I don't really have many plans today because I spent a lot of the day editing, but I do want to check some of the yard tin here because it's been a while since we flipped it, and it is a little bit cooler, so I'm optimistic we might see a snake or two. Ooh, hello. A black racer. He's nice and hot. Hey buddy, hey buddy, hey buddy. Hey, relax. I mean no harm. No harm. Just want to peek under your sideboards here. Well, there we go. First yard snake in a while. Seems to be pretty calm. Maybe this is a guy that we've caught before, or maybe I just picked him up gently enough that he feels comfortable. Either way, very nice, handsome, healthy adult black racer. Very healthy. A little bit more stoutly built than we typically see. Probably because he's just been eating well this year. We'll get a quick voucher photo and then we'll let him go. But nice looking snake. And nice to be back flipping tin. It's been a while. We had a little bit of a summer hiatus, as we usually do, when tin flipping is not very productive to the point where it's almost not worth it. But now we're back to it. And hopefully we have a long and productive fall ahead of us. So I'll put this guy back and we'll continue on. Maybe we'll see a couple more snakes here at home today. Ah, dude, really? Do you not speak English or something? I was just saying I'm about to let you go. So unnecessary. king snake. Wow. That was unexpected. This is the first snake that's not fossorial this set has produced. Got a quick photo. I wonder if he'll let me get a prop shot. I don't see his head, and that's kind of scary. Come here, bud. There he is. You are in shed. Guess that's not too surprising. Not sure if this is one I've seen before. It looks kind of familiar, but I don't immediately recognize it as one I've found. But a nice looking snake, just in the blue. Alright, this guy's attracting flies as they usually do after a few minutes of sitting here musking, so I'm gonna see if we can get him to come back to life and go back under the tent here. Look at these flies. That's crazy. Go on. There you go. Back to the stack. Ooh. Big shed under there since I flipped it last. Looks like either a king or a racer. Mostly reduced to ventral scales, though. Sheds degrade pretty fast when left to the elements. Hello, everybody. It has been an interesting week so far with Tropical Storm Francine. It's been mostly kind of just raining a little bit, raining enough that it makes it annoying to get out, and really not a lot of snake activity during the day because of the rain. But it also hasn't really been raining enough to get us out of this drought we've been in. Hopefully that will come later, but as for now, we have a little bit of a break in the rain. It's overcast and cool, but hopefully there will be some stuff out and we won't just get rained on today. Let's see. All right, while I was standing here running the intro, I spotted our first turtle of the day. Definitely not very easy to see. I only really noticed him because he was bubbling a little bit. And there might actually be multiple turtles right here, but I see for sure a slider. I think it's a slider. Yep. Look at that guy. What's up, dude? Very pretty turtle. And this guy was not active at all. He was just sitting there, I guess, sleeping. I saw where he exhaled and some bubbles came up, and that's how I was cued into where he was. Otherwise, I don't know that I would have ever spotted him sitting there motionless on the bottom. But a nice, handsome young slider. I'll put him back in the water, and we'll continue on. I might walk along the edge of this a little more and see if I see any other turtles, but I'll let this guy go. He's not in a hurry. The cool temperatures have definitely got the turtles acting a little weird. Something really big has stirred up this section. You can see it clears up over there, and it clears up back where we just came from. But right here, it's really murky. Definitely looks like the activity of a big turtle. There's another inactive turtle, just kind of wedged in these rocks here. This one is a very big loggerhead. Look at that. That's a beefy lady. Very nice. I almost wonder if these turtles are expecting more rain that I don't know about based on how they're kind of hunkered down. On a nice day like today, I would expect them to be out walking around foraging, but the two we've seen so far have been completely inactive. But anyways, I'm just happy to be seeing stuff. We'll let her go right here back to her rock. Oh, she's going that way. Well, it's not a good look, but here's our first snake of the day. The cottonmouth. Oh, there he goes. I wonder. Oh, he's got a hole back there. You can see him rattling. All right, we're gonna bike for a little bit. It's definitely wetter than I would like it to be, but oh, there's a deer up there. I wonder how close we're gonna get before he decides to get out of the way. Oh, there he goes. But yeah, it doesn't feel too great out here, but I'm optimistic that maybe something will be out. We shall see. Hey, there's a ringneck. Nice. Little stub tail and a broken ring. He'll be pretty easy to recognize if we find him again. That is one thing I'm hoping this tropical storm will remedy, is how bad the flipping has been lately. And this is only like the third or fourth rock I've flipped today, so nice to see that flipping is already a little bit better than it was earlier. All right, guys, we've got a little bit of misery mist going on now, and I'm not really sure what to do with this weather, so I'm going to revert to what I know best, and we're going to go flip some tin. Oh, there we go. Well, that was fast. It's in shed, of course. But first piece of tin, king snake. Come here. Well, the misery mist seldom fails to disappoint while flipping. And I'm glad I actually decided to come flip today, because I was on the fence about whether or not I should just go home or if I should continue to try to salvage the day. And I'm glad we decided to hit another spot, because I don't see a lot of king snakes here. And honestly, this is probably the single ugliest one I've found here. And that's not just because it's in shed. Normally this spot produces, some of the prettiest king snakes that I've ever seen in the Piedmont. And this one's just very average. Nothing terribly wrong with him. He's not an ugly snake, but he is pretty normal looking compared to the ones I'm used to seeing in this area. So very nice way to start the afternoon of flipping, and a nice highlight to the day if we don't see anything better. Knowing this spot, I would not be surprised if we flip another 100 sheets of tin and do not see another snake. And if we do, it'll probably be a ringneck. But I'm going to keep flipping anyways. I feel like the weather is pretty good right now. And hopefully we'll see another king or something else of interest. All right, here you go, bud. These are non-biting ants. I don't know if they're native or invasive, but they aren't biters. It has been 5 minutes since we found that king snake. And it's just blue sky all of a sudden. Tropical storms are weird like that. I hope this doesn't happen, but now that the sun is out, there's definitely a chance that our tin is going to be too hot now. At least ones that are sitting directly in the sun. So we've gone from too cold and wet, potentially, to too hot within about 10 minutes. This one looks pretty prime. I got the GoPro in my hand, but since I'm already rolling on here, we will just check. Yeah, that top layer, too hot. 5 minutes in the sun. Ooh, that's looking good though. Racer. Racers have been loving this piece. I'm not sure where he even went. Oh. Dang it. It's the second racer that's gotten away. Well, that might have been the same racer twice in the event that it circled around and ended up under that carpet. But if it was the same snake, it evaded me twice in about 30 seconds. So pretty impressive. You've heard of bro kangaroo rat. Now we have bro mouse. What's up, dude? This guy seems like this guy is not appropriately scared of me, considering I'm a giant potential predator. But lucky for him, I'm looking for snakes. We'll just cover this little dude back up. What a bro. Well, it's been a beautiful day in a kind of non-conventional way. I love a gloomy fall day. And in fact, that's the only kind of fall day I particularly enjoy. Otherwise, I'm definitely more of a spring, winter, summer man. Really any of the three, particularly spring. But these cloudy fall days have a kind of magic to them that I appreciate quite a bit, especially when king snakes are involved. So, had a good flip. Wish it could have been a little bit more productive, but it really is funny that I can flip a king snake under the first piece of tin and then accurately predict the fact that we're not going to see anything else for the rest of the day. That's just how Piedmont flipping is, and especially so in the fall. But with that being said, I think I am going to wrap this episode up here. It's been a kind of weird fall so far, a lot of iffy weather. And I think even after all this rain, we're still in a pretty bad drought. We could really use some gully washers. But I do think this is going to help a lot over the next week or two, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can turn up. So I think I'm going to wrap this episode up here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, where hopefully we will be getting into the real prime of fall here in the southeast. Alright guys, so I'm at home right now, and this is kind of unrelated to the rest of the episode, but it's too cool not to talk about. I noticed there's a bunch of baby snake sheds on this tree. I'm assuming these are rat snake. I actually noticed the one way up there first. See that one? And I'll poke around a little bit and see if I can find any of the actual snakes, but it's just kind of cool to see that some kind of snake is actually breeding right here in the front yard in this big hollow pine tree. That's why it's important to leave things like this around for wildlife. Not only is it good for snakes, but it's also good for birds. You can see there's lots of holes in this tree. I'm sure plenty of birds and rodents have nested in this tree over the years. Let's see if we can walk around this other side. Maybe turn some of this stuff over. Usually once snakes shed, they kind of disappear. You can see there is another one there. Yeah, very neat to see. Probably rat snake, possibly corn.